Deforestation is a main cause for climate change, and yet we're not planting trees back fast enough. In December, leaders of the world are going to meet in Paris to decide about yet another climate treaty with measures yet again too slow to actually reforest the planet. But let me show you why this is such a big issue. This is a global forest coverage around 2,000 years ago. And this is what's left of it today. We have deforested more than half of the originally available forests worldwide. And while the pace of deforestation is now slowing down, the truth is that we're not planting trees back fast enough. But you might ask yourselves, why are trees so important? Let me show you a very concrete example of how much human livelihood depends on forests. Let's go to Burkina Faso, to Gorom Gorom, which is a village in the drought-ridden area of the Sahel. Years of deforestation disturbed the natural rain cycles in Gorom Gorom, so that crops couldn't survive, animals died, and this caused poverty and hunger among the population. But this also has a global impact. It is estimated that deforestation causes at least 12 to 17% of CO2 worldwide emissions. But here's the thing. 8 to 10 years ago, an NGO we're collaborating with decided to plant a forest in Gorom Gorom, and the results have been eye-opening. The roots of the trees have brought underground water back to the surface so that trees and crops and animals could survive again. So the community of Gorom Gorom can now pursue agriculture again to produce a food surplus, either to consume it on their own or to sell it in the market, as you're seeing there. So the forest has empowered men and women to earn a living of their own. And now, with a double income at home, the families are bringing their children back to school. But this is just a very concrete example. If we want to scale the success in Gorom, we're going to have to plant many more trees. And to do that, how can we be much faster? Well, we need to turn something that all of us are doing all the time anyway into trees. And that's Ecosia, the search engine that plants trees. Ecosia works like any other search engine. You can type in any query you want. And search results come from our partners at Microsoft Bing. So the results are of that quality, which are at eye level with Google. Like any other search engine, we will show you ads next to our search results. But unlike any other search engine, we will donate at least 80% of our profits to a tree planting program for now in Burkina Faso. A tree counter in the upper right corner shows you how many trees we've been able to plant thanks to the searches of all our users. So basically, what Ecosia is doing is capitalizing on a daily digital habit of searching the web. We're accelerating the process of planting trees by empowering each of you to help us do so and achieve the social impact we're aiming at. And it's working. So far, we've planted 2.5 million trees, which is the equivalent of almost 6 times Central Park. And we've done this without any great marketing costs. But, as you already know, this is not enough. We need to do much more. And for that, we're going to need many more users. And that is our main objective in 2016. We want to grow our user base. We're currently at 3 million monthly active users, and we want to now tackle the market of the LOHAS. LOHAS, lifestyle of health and sustainability, are a very potential market for Ecosia because they're characterized by their preference for a sustainable way of living. And they already make up 20% of the adult consumer market in the US and 15% in Germany, where we're mostly growing at. So while on a global base, this is where Ecosia is right now, the truth is that we're already tackling the LOHAS. 10% of non-Google users in the DACH region, that's Germany, Austria, Switzerland, are already turning to Ecosia. But what is most important is that years of market analysis and user interviews have shown us that Ecosia has one very concrete advantage. Compared to our main competitors, Google, of course, and DDG, DuckDuckGo, which is the current leader in alternative search engines, Ecosia is mostly appreciated by the LOHAS because we allow them to have a social impact through our product. So knowing this, we asked ourselves, what is the one thing that we can do that will turn all the LOHAS to Ecosia and thus accelerate the social impact that we're aiming at? Well, we know, because they've told us so in user interviews, that what would turn the LOHAS to stay with Ecosia and share it with more families and friends is if we allow them to show, to see, feel, and almost touch the impact that they're having on the environment and the people surrounded by the forests we're planting. So that's why we have created the concept platform that we called MyEcosia. MyEcosia is a platform that would summarize and make more tangible all the impact that our users are having on the ground. How many trees have I planted specifically as a user? But how much CO2 is this taking out of the air? And most importantly, how many children have been brought back to school thanks to my searches? See, this platform has been developed, iterated, and now finalized together with our users. But with a small team of 10 people and only 3 developers, Ecosia doesn't have the means to actually develop MyEcosia. So these are the means we're looking for now to develop this platform that is for sure the key element that would allow us to accelerate the growth of Ecosia and thus to accelerate the process of planting trees. Thank you very much.